Back behind me there you can see a trail that is the beginning of the Ontario County Pathways Trail. This was an old railroad turned into a pathway, rails to trails pathway, and I'm gonna run the whole thing today. It's about 21 miles, something I've always wanted to do. I've ran every part of it, but never the whole thing all at one time. So here we go. It should take me about 4 hours, and I'm gonna show you some stuff along the way and keep you updated with how I'm doing and how it goes. So let's get started. All right, here we go. So the reason I'm running 21 miles today is because I signed up for a race called 9 Hours for 9 Lives, which is a 9-hour ultramarathon where you run for 2 miles or so around on a farm for 9 hours, and you see how far you can go. So I'm doing a run walk strategy, so I don't run the whole time. What I do is I run for 3 minutes and I walk for 2 minutes. So it makes me quite a bit slower. It's like 10.5 minute miles to 11.5 minute miles. But it's kind of like I get the best of both worlds of walking, hiking, and running. It makes it pretty enjoyable and a lot more tolerable. I find that I'm getting a lot less injuries by doing this. There's an old train bridge that's not there anymore. So I started in Phelps, which is part of one of the oldest towns in this area. Phelps is named after a man who is credited with purchasing all the land in the area around Rochester, New York, and developing this area. They bought the land from the Seneca Nation a long time ago. A man named Phelps and Gorham, so it's called the Phelps and Gorham Purchase. Time to run. I really like my run walk strategy, which is 3 minutes of run and 2 minutes of walk. So the vest I'm wearing has a whole bunch of water in it. I've got some homemade bread in case I want to eat something, and just a few other things like my phone and stuff like that. The vest itself, with everything in it, weighs 6 pounds. So it's pretty heavy. But so I don't have just water in, I've got Tailwind, which is like a calorie and electrolyte mix. But it's enough to keep me going for 4 hours. And I'm at the first road crossing of many. Quite a few road crossings, because the railroad was here long before any of these roads. 1 mile into it. Okay, so I'm 2.25 miles in, and there's one section up here that leads into Orleans. That's a road section. It's about a mile long, but it's the only time I have to run on the road. The rest of it is trails like this, which is really nice on the feet. So here's the road section coming up here. The trail used to go through some other property, but it's private now, and they don't want anyone on it. So we got to go on the road. Okay, I'm 3.3 miles in and just getting to Orleans. Orleans is a very small town. used to be really big in the late 1800s. Orleans used to be called Hardscrabble because it was hard for the horse and buggies to get out of here, because this is a little bit lower than the rest of the land around it. But this is the whole town with a nice water tower here. And then the trail is going to continue just across the other road up ahead. Boom town up until it was destroyed by fire in 1910 or so. And this is it now, just a couple of houses. Here we go, road crossing number 3. One of the nicer views on this route. We've got perfect weather today. It's in the mid 60s and full sunshine. It's been a long time since there's a train coming through here. This is 4¼ miles in. Feeling good. I ran through here one time and there were snow drifts that were like 3 or 4 feet high because there's a field off to my right. Walk time. And the snow just blew all through here. It made these huge rolling hills of snow. I post-holed all the way through it. It was fun. It was a really hard run though. Much better today. Okay, so I'm coming up on road crossing number 4. This is County Road 4. Coincidence, I guess. So this is probably the ugliest part of the trail. I've got to run by this wine touring company. It's just a big industrial building. Anyways, it's just kind of ugly. But here we go, I'll show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. But this is where the trains used to go through, all the way down to Stanley, which is 10 miles from Phelps. So we're going from north to south, and then I'll go from east to west. Some big compost piles over here. And those are wine tour buses up there. And this is where I'm going. Straight down in there. It does not smell pleasant over here. All I can smell is rotten grapes. It stinks really bad. And we are back in the woods. Just about 6 miles in. A little over 7 miles in, and we're getting really close to Flint now. And next stop after Flint is Stanley. This is a really pretty part of the trail. Gorgeous weather today too. So since this is a point-to-point run for me today, I had Trillana drop me off in Phelps, and she's gonna pick me up in Canandaigua where the trail ends. It's really quiet here, except for my watch telling me to run. Here we go. Okay, we're in Flint now. This is about 7.5 miles from where I started. We are crossing Flint Creek. And we're gonna cross the road. This will be road crossing number 7. Feeling really good so far. Here we go. Okay, just at 8 miles. Feeling good. We got about 2.5 hours to go. So hopefully it goes well. Here is one more little road section we gotta run on that I forgot about. It's really short though. The trail's right over there. Just gotta run through the fields. Groundhog. We just went past road crossing number 9. Past 10 miles and I'm at the very bottom. This is Stanley that we're in now. So this is the whole trail from north to the south. So this is the most southern point of the trail. And Stanley. Nice little pavilion here. So we just ran from Phelps to Stanley. Now I'm going to go from Stanley to Canandaigua. So I went from north to south, now I'm going from east to west. Nice little halfway point. Got a parking lot here. There's the sign. And the rest of the trail goes that way. So I just came out of here, right there, and now we're going to go down this other little trail. So here's the halfway point. Feeling really good so far. Oh, this looks like a ferry path. That's new. It wasn't there before. Maybe we'll see some ferry houses. How cute! Got to show the kiddos that in person, not on video. So there's my watch, 10.13, hour and 48 minutes. And that's all I've got to say. It's just nice being out in the woods, alone, with all the birds and groundhogs and deer that I chased off. I didn't catch that on camera, but should be about another 2 hours or so before I get to Canandaigua. Most of this is through fields and stuff. Most of the wooded section is what I've already been through. All right, here we go. Second half. Springtime's my favorite time in New York. Everything comes to life. Something's walking down the trail up ahead of me. It's either a large bird or a cat, or actually I think it's a fox. Let's see. It stopped and turned around. Oh, it's a cat. There's a cat on the trail up ahead. So as I said in the beginning, I'm running a 9-hour ultramarathon in a month called 9 Hours for 9 Lives. And there's a cat. Cat's running down the trail. How ironic. Well, that cat can run a lot faster than me. It's gone. So it's 9 Hours for 9 Lives that benefits cats in the area. And it's on a strawberry farm. And I'm just gonna run in loops for 9 hours. Or at least that's my goal, is to run for 9 hours. I don't really have mileage I'm planning to hit. I'd like to get more than 40, but it'll be less than 50. So we'll just see how it goes on the day. I don't know if I'll make a video of that one or not. But I wanted to document running this trail because I've always wanted to run the whole thing, and I'm doing it today. This is road crossing number 12. This is a really pretty bridge. The crow agrees, it's a pretty bridge. Check that out. It's a long ways down. This is where the trains went. Oh, turkey vulture. That thing stinks. I didn't have the camera on. It was right beside me. I didn't see it, just like shot out of the bushes. Whew. I just hit 12 miles, feeling pretty good. This is what the trail looks like here. Oh, that turkey vulture scared me. And it smells like rotten meat. It stinks really bad. We just got a text from Trelena. Actually, maybe you can see that. Trelena's the best. She dropped me off in Phelps and she's gonna pick me up in Canandaigua. Can't do stuff like this without the loving support of Trelena. Thank you. 13.1 miles, 2 hours, 19 and a half minutes. I'm actually going a little bit faster than I want to go. I'd like to be doing like 11 to 12 minute miles because that's a better pacing strategy for an ultra marathon for me. But this is a shorter run than that, so it's not too bad that I'm going a little bit faster. I've just got to be more mindful of it, because with running, that's my biggest weakness, is pacing. I always go too fast or faster than what I should. So doing a run walk strategy like I'm doing is really helpful for me, working on my weaknesses. Pretty cool old train bridge. It's like someone's yard right here. This is like someone's lawn I'm running on. At least that's what it looks like. Hello. All right, just checking in my mileage. I'm at, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's 14 miles, 2.5 hours. Ooh. Where an old part of the old bridge went. It's gone now. Just winding my way through these fields. Anyways, it's 14 miles, 2 hours, 29 minutes. So we should have about 7 or so miles to go. I really don't know exactly how long this trail is. I mapped it out, but even when I mapped it out, it didn't exactly follow the trail. But I think it's anywhere between 21 and 22 miles. So we'll see at the end. It'll be a surprise. So one of the main reasons I like to set goals for running, so like signing up for this ultramarathon, is it gives me something to train for. It gives me something to like work towards instead of just running just to run, either for stress relief or just to stay in shape or to maintain weight or whatever it is. But I really like having something that I can work towards. It gives me like a direction for the warm season. So I don't do it for like trying to get specific times or trying to, I don't know, try to win things or stuff like that. For me, it's more of it just keeps me focused, which is nice. So for me, I enjoy the training process. So like doing a long run like this as part of a training process is really fun for me. It gives me a good excuse to be outside for 4 hours. So that's a big reason why I do this kind of stuff. It's fun, stress relief, and helps you stay in shape. Almost stepped on this little guy. I'm just gonna set him in a different spot. There you go, little buddy. I don't think you can see it, but there's another cat up ahead. It's a white cat. It's out for a run on the trail too. I just saw this old car on the side. I had to get a shot of that. It's pretty sweet. Okay, just checking in. I just hit 3 hours and I've gone 17 miles. So just a few more miles to go before I get there. Whew, smells like fertilizer. Okay, just checking in again. It's been 3 hours and 20 minutes. I just hit 19 miles. And we've officially entered the 100-acre wood. So in this section, there's little signs of Winnie the Pooh characters and slogans, which is pretty cool. So I'll see if I can capture a couple of those There's little sayings from the cartoons. A lot of it has to do with like friendship, caring for other people, positive things. There's Gopher. Piglet says, how do you spell love? Pooh says, you don't spell it, you feel it. So it's pretty cool. And up here, if you're familiar with Winnie the Pooh, you'll know what that is. You'll know who sleeps there. The infamous Eeyore. Let's see what Eeyore says. His gloomy place with his head down. It will rain soon. You see if it doesn't. Eeyore has dysthymia. There it is, 19 1/4, 3 hours 23 minutes. Average pace of 10:35, which I don't really care much about pace, but I'm enjoying myself. It's been a really good run so far. Feeling pretty good, but my legs are pretty tired. I'm gonna be sore, I can feel it. Got some little aches and pains here and there, but nothing that feels like it's gonna be a problem later on, which is good. Everything seems to be working mechanically, if that makes sense. So almost there, a couple more miles. I'll probably check in again towards the end. I'm pretty much in Canandaigua right now, but I'm going to end in downtown Canandaigua. Wonder who lives here. This is the last river crossing. This is the Canandaigua outlet. It flows out of Canandaigua Lake. Okay, I'm here at the end. Made it to Canandaigua. This big building over to my right here is List Manufacturing, and it was in business for a long time. Early 1900s they made all kinds of stuff, all kinds of household goods and enamelware stuff. They were a bottling plant for a while, just all kinds of different things. But this is it. This is the end of the trail. The entire Ontario pathway, rails to trail. I'm not done until I hit the little pavilion there. I made it. Woohoo! There it is, 21.39. Took me 3 hours and 47 minutes. I think I'm gonna sit down now. Thanks for following along with me.